Okay, evening guys. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the class with theory. We're gonna start with market structure, and I always get straight to the point, and I do my best for everything to not be confusing. So today we're just gonna focus on theory, and to explain structure or support and resistance or anything, you need to understand the balance, the balance of probably like life. I'm gonna use this as an example. I always use this as an example so students can understand better. If this is the ground, if this is the ground, and then this is your roof, and this is a whole floor. So what happens is, let's say you're standing right here, you're standing here, and this is you with short legs, and you take a tennis ball and you throw it on the ground. What happens when the tennis ball hits the ground? It will bounce and go up. Why? Because the tennis ball found support here. It found support on the ground, and then it turned around and went all the way up. What will happen when it hits the ceiling? It will find resistance and keep going down, or bounce all the way to the bottom. Why? Because there was resistance here. It resisted to go higher because there's a ceiling or roof or whatever blocking that to go higher. And what will happen over and over again? It will bounce until it runs out of momentum, of course, but I'm just setting an example. So what will happen is it will bounce and bounce and bounce until it either runs out of steam or you understand. But what I want you to understand mostly is this area: the ground and the roof. That's where you find resistance. The market resists to go higher, and the market finds support and doesn't go lower, so it will bounce. What will happen if you had a hole on the roof right now and it went higher through the hole? What would happen if the market is on the next floor? Let's say it's an apartment. I'm going to find a picture of an apartment and post it and set this example. What would happen if now it went higher and then came back and bounced? Now this floor would be a new support, and now it will go up. If there was some sort of ceiling or something stopping it here, it will go down. So if you understand this balance of life, or how life is balanced and how everything works, gravity and everything, then it will be very easy for you to understand Forex. This is how I teach. I want you to first understand this, that this is how things work. If you don't understand this, I don't know what planet you're from. I'm going to use this picture as an example right now. I chopped it from a movie. So I'm going to use this picture to make you understand. As you can see, this is a whole floor, and this is the next floor, and this is the bottom floor. So right now, let's say this is you're standing here, and you throw the tennis ball and it bounces on the ground. It will hit this. Okay, let me use a different color. This is let me use a different color. It would hit the floor. It would hit the floor and then go all the way, hit the ceiling, and then come back to hit the floor, probably hit the ceiling and then hit the floor. But what you see is that the floor gives its support, which is structure. This is how the ground is structured, and that's how the ceiling is structured. So this is how structure in real life works, and that's the same way it works with the market. If there was a hole here and it went above, what do you happen? Now it's on a different floor. What do you think would happen if it came all the way down here? It would find support and probably go up, find support support. But what would happen if you had another hole here and it went lower? Then now it would find support here and go higher, and then find support and then go higher. You understand? And what if you had two holes here and probably it went higher, hit the resistance, and then went lower now? What would happen if it bounced on this floor and came back to this? It will find resistance. That's how structure works. These areas are very important. If you learn to identify this on the market, on the charts, think of this, just focus on the yellow now. Think of these areas as your support and resistance, or your structure. That's how the market is structured. So I'm gonna teach you the basics. This is where we're gonna start. You're gonna understand the basics of how structure works. If right now you bounced a tennis ball, then it bounced, went up, bounced on this floor, bounced, and then went lower because there was a hole and found support here, it will come back and do what? And bounce right here. And now bounce right here. And now that's your new support. And that's your new resistance. But if you look left from here, you can see that it bounced because of, this is literally the charts, literally, so this is support now, this is the ground. So now if you go lower and then it comes back, what will happen if it hits this ceiling? It will bounce and then go low, come back. If it somehow found its way up, then what will happen? This, just don't focus on the building, focus on this, the yellow part. You can take a screenshot and write these things down. It's very important. Watch this video over and over again. I want you to understand this. So now I'm going to do the very same thing I was doing now, using no building. So right now we have let me use black. The market goes up, goes down, probably to here, and then goes up, and this was a whole floor, right? Now what will happen if the market comes here? It will bounce and go up. But if there's a ceiling here, what will happen? It will go down and go higher and go down. If there's nothing here, then it will bounce until the next available floor and then go up. That's literally how the market moves. So your job as a trader is to identify how the market moves. I don't want you to think of yourself as a trader. I want you to think of yourself as an analyst. An analyst looks at the chart and analyzes what's going to happen and plans what's going to happen. Traders look for trades. I don't look for trades when I come in the market. So this is the best way I can simplify it to you. So now, talking about trends, let's go to trends. There's three different type of trends. There's a downtrend, uptrend. Write these things down. Uptrend and a consolidation. A downtrend is when the market moves down, and an uptrend is when the market moves up. Consolidation is when the market moves sideways, right? So now let me just use my finger. If the market is going down, it won't go all the way down. It will go down, come up, just the way, same as using stairs or a building, or if you want to use this as your floors or whatever, the way I was explaining it now. But that's how it's going to move. It won't move directly all the way. If the market is going up, it's going to do this. It's going to go up, find resistance, go. If it goes higher, then it's going to come back to this area. Sorry, okay, let me do this first so it can be easier. It's going to come back to this area, and if it goes higher, then it's going to come back to this area. And if it fails to go here and it starts going down, then where do you think it will bounce and come back to? It will come back here. Just the same way I was explaining it with the whole building and everything. That's the easiest way to explain it. If it goes lower, then You understand? That's how structure works. So this is the best way I can explain structure. So this is the first class. This is theory. Tomorrow we're going to do this on a chart. I'm going to show you all the things that you need to see about this, but yeah, we're going to do theory tomorrow. So yeah, if you have questions about this and everything, feel free to ask me.